Jai Hind children. Today we are continuing the chapter triangles and we are going to study congruence rules. Dear students, in the previous class we studied about the congruence rule, SAS congruence rule. Hope all of you understood the congruence rule and we studied some related problems also. And now we are going to the next congruence rule that we are following in the congruency of triangles, and that is called ASA congruence rule. It is also a theorem. It also has a proof, but for the lesson we need to know only the statement and the meaning of the ASA congruence rule. So let us see what is the rule saying. Two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of the triangle are equal to two angles and the included side of other triangle. Understood? There will be two triangles. Okay. And these two triangles can be said congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to. Means here you see, here I have drawn two triangles. First one is ABC and second one is DEF, and you see here two angles are equal. That is, angle B is equal to, that is, it is the equal angle corresponding to angle E of this triangle, and angle C corresponds to equal angle, that is to angle F. So two angles are equal of one triangle to other triangle. Now you see, in between these two equal angles there is a side. Here it is marked, means these two sides are common measurement, and these two sides are coming in between these equal angles. Okay, so these two equal angles in between, that is included side, is equal to two equal angles and the included side of other triangle. So this comes true, then we can say these two triangles are congruent by which congruence rule? ASA congruence rule. Okay, so let me read the statement once more. Two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side, okay, included side means the side comes between the two equal angles of one triangle are equal to two angles and the included side of other triangle. Okay, so when this condition is true, that is two equal angles and one included side, they are equal in two triangles, then we can say the two triangles are congruent by which congruence rule? ASA congruence rule. Okay, so just we can collect all the equal measurements given here. You see here, you know, angle B. Okay, angle B is equal to which angle? Yes, angle B is equal, that is it corresponds to angle E of the next triangle. Similarly, angle C that corresponds to angle F, they are equal, and this included side BC corresponds to the included side EF of the second triangle. Okay, so here two equal angles and the included side are also equal. Therefore, we can directly say that by ASA congruence rule, this triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Okay, so this is the result what we are getting when we apply ASA congruence rule for these two triangles. Okay, and you know, when any two triangles are congruent, we studied in the previous class also, we can say that the corresponding parts of those two triangles are also equal. For example, if here AB and DE, they are corresponding parts. Okay, so we can say AB equal to DE. Okay, similarly AC and DF are corresponding parts, AC and DF. Okay, they are corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So in this way we can collect all the corresponding parts of these two triangles and we can say they are equal. Okay, yes, so that is meant by ASA congruence rule. Now just for your understanding, you see here I have drawn two triangles. This is ABC and this is PQR, and I have marked two angles, that is here angle B is 60 degree, angle Q is 60 degree. Similarly angle C 45 degree, here angle R is 45 degree, and the included side here BC is 4 centimeter. The included side here QR is 4 centimeter. Okay, so this two triangles satisfy which criterion? ASA criterion. So from the figure we can just collect all the datas here. See, angle B 60 degrees, here angle Q 60 degrees. Then angle C 45 degree, here angle R 45 degrees. Similarly BC 4 centimeter, here QR 4 centimeter. Okay, so when you compare these two, we can say BC corresponds to QR, angle B corresponds to angle Q, and angle C corresponds to angle R, so that by ASA congruence rule we can say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABC corresponds to triangle PQR. Okay, so hope all of you understood this ASA congruence rule. Now we can see the next result. Now students, there is one special case that follows ASA congruence rule, that is, you see this note, suppose in two triangles, two pairs of angles and one pair of corresponding sides are equal, but the side is not included between the corresponding equal pairs of angles. That is, you see in this figure here two angles, this is 90 degree corresponds to 90 degree here. Here 60 degree corresponds to 60 degree here, and one side is also equal corresponding sides here 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter, this side and this side. And now you can see that this equal side is not the included side of these two angles. Okay, in ASA congruence rule we discussed that the equal sides want to be the included side of the two equal angles. But here when you see this side, equal side is not the included side. So the question is whether we can say these two triangles are congruent or not. Okay, so this is a special case that is discussed. So when two angles are equal in two triangles and the side equal is not the included side, so what is the observation we are getting from here? Okay, so let us discuss this. Now you see, we observe that if I am giving this triangle a name ABC, and if I am giving this PQR, so what are the observations you are getting from here? That is, AB corresponds to this side PQ. Okay, but it is not the included side, and angle B corresponds to angle Q. Similarly, angle C corresponds to angle R. Okay, so these are the observations. Now you see that in this two triangles, two angles are known, correct? We know the two angles. So can you say what about the third angle? Can you say what is the value of the third angle? Yes, of course we can say, because we studied in angle sum property of a triangle, the sum of the three angles of the triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so when you know the two angles value, we can find the third angle. So in this triangle, if you are finding the third angle, that will be 180 degree minus, add these two, 90 plus 60, that is 150, that is equal to 30 degrees. Similarly, here also the third angle is 180 degree minus 150, that is 30 degree. So in the two triangles, the third angle is equal. Okay, so when this type of condition is coming, that is, if the side is not the included side, we observe that the third angle also comes equal in these two triangles. That is by angle sum property. When you applied angle sum property, we got the result angle A corresponds to angle P. Okay, so all the three angles are corresponding to each other, means the two triangles are definitely congruent triangles. So this case can also happen in two triangles where two angles are equal to each other, but the third side, the equal side is not the included side. Even we can tell the two triangles are congruent. So what is the observation? What is the result we can get from this? So you can write like this. So two triangles, so this is the result we are writing. Two triangles are congruent if any two pairs of angles and one pair of corresponding sides are equal. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? Any two triangles are congruent if any two pairs of angles, so two pairs of angles were equal here and one pair of corresponding sides. So it is not needed that always the pair of side equal should be the included side. It can also be a side that is not the included side. So one pair of corresponding sides can come equal. Okay, and this rule we may call it as the AAS congruence rule. Okay, so from this special case we are getting a new means here the only difference is the side is not the included side. Okay, in ASA we discussed two equal pair of angles and the included side, but in this case we can tell if any two pairs of equal angles are there and the corresponding pair of side is not included also, we can tell the two triangles are congruent by which rule? AAS. AAS means here the side is not the included side, but this is a rule so that we can tell the two triangles are congruent. Okay, so this is also important. So all of you study this rule, understand this rule and apply in the problems. Let us compare ASA and AAS congruency. So here we compared two congruency rules, that is two theorems, two results that are somewhat similar to each other. They are ASA and AAS. So we are going to see the difference of these rules. Okay, so we can recall this ASA congruence theorem. In ASA congruence theorem, children, you studied that the side is the included side between two equal pairs of angles. As you can see in the picture, the side comes as the included side. Okay, so when one triangle is formed by this condition, it will be congruent to the other triangle of the same condition. So we can say by ASA the two triangles are congruent. But in the case of AAS congruence rule, the thing is different. Here we are having two equal pairs of angles, that is true, but the side is not the included side, but it is the other side of the two equal angles. Okay, so this is meant by AAS congruency, where the side comes the other part of the two equal angles and they are also congruent triangles. Okay, so here we are actually comparing the two results ASA and AAS. So don't make mistakes in between these two congruency. They are actually different in meaning. Okay, so that is about ASA and AAS congruency rules. So you should understand the concept very well. ASA means there is a side that is included side between the two equal angles, but in AAS there are two equal pairs of equal angles, but the side is on the other part of the equal angles. Hope all of you understood, children. Now let us see SSS congruence rule.
It's congruent. We know that all the corresponding angles have to be congruent, and all the three corresponding sides also have to be congruent. But to find out if they are congruent, do we need to compare all 6 elements of each triangle? 3 sides and 3 angles? Do we need to know all of them? Not necessarily. To know if 2 triangles are congruent, we do not need to compare all 6 elements of each triangle. There are a few conditions that will help us to know if 2 triangles are congruent. The first one is called the SSS congruence condition, where S stands for side. 2 triangles are congruent if 3 sides of one triangle are respectively equal to the 3 sides of the other triangle. What does this exactly mean? Let's move to a new page to understand. We need to construct a triangle with sides 3, 5 and 7 centimeters. It would look something like this: 3, 5 and 7. Now let's construct another triangle with sides 3, 5 and 7 centimeters. This is how it would shape out: 3, 5 and 7 centimeters. These 2 triangles will surely be congruent. If you try constructing them in your notebook, you will see that they will be of the same shape and size. That's your SSS condition. If 3 sides of a triangle are respectively equal to the 3 sides of another triangle, the triangles will surely be congruent. Seems obvious, huh? Then here's an interesting question for you. Will the AAA congruence condition work? Zen has been asked to construct a triangle with the measure of the angles as 45, 45 and 90 degrees. AAA simply means that 3 angles of each triangle are given. So he draws a triangle which looks like this. The measures of the angles are 45, 45 and 90 degrees. And then Zara was asked to construct a triangle with the measures of the angles as 45, 45 and 90 degrees. The same measures as the angles of the previous triangle. So Zara constructs a triangle like this, the angles measuring 45, 45 and 90 degrees. Are the triangles congruent? We can clearly see that their sizes are different, which means they are not congruent. So the AAA condition for congruency may or may not work. It could have worked because there was a chance that Zara would have drawn the exact same triangle as Zen's. But the SSS condition will always work.
Now we are going to the next type of congruence rule, that is, you may have studied in earlier classes. It is called SSS criterion for congruence, and this criterion we are discussing the 3 pairs of equal sides of 2 triangles. Okay, so here you see, here is a triangle ABC, here is a triangle PQR, and here you can see that AB is 3.5 centimeter. Similarly here QR is 3.5 centimeter, and here AC 4.5 centimeter, here PQ 4.5 centimeter and BC 4 centimeter, here PR 4 centimeter. Okay, so in these 2 triangles the 3 pair of opposite sides are equal. Okay, so we can say here AB corresponds to QR, BC corresponds to PR and AC corresponds to PQ. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? 3 sides of a triangle are correspondingly equal to 3 sides of another triangle. So when this type of condition is coming, we apply the rule called SSS congruence rule. Okay, so what is the statement for SSS congruence rule? if three sides of one triangle are equal to the three sides of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Okay, it is very simple. You want to just compare the three sides of one triangle to the three sides of other triangle. If they come equal, then we can say by which rule? By SSS congruence rule, the two triangles are congruent. Understood? So now we are going to see some related problems. Yes, now we are going to see some of the problems that is related to our ASA rule, AAS or SSS congruence rules. Okay, so here the question is, this is one of your exercise problems. AD and BC are equal perpendiculars to a line segment AB. So the figure is provided in the question itself. So just you look at the figure. AD and BC, you can see the line segment AD and the line segment BC, they are perpendiculars from the line segment AB. So AB is here, so this is perpendicular, BC is perpendicular, so this angle is 90 degree. Similarly AD is perpendicular, they are 90 degree. Okay, and it is given AD and BC are equal perpendiculars. Equal means they are equal length. BC is equal length of AD. Okay, yes. Now show that CD bisects AB. So we want to prove, we want to show the answer CD. CD means this line segment CD is bisecting AB. What do you mean by bisecting AB? This CD equally divides the line segment AB. Okay, so what do you mean by equally dividing? So this length, this when it is, this CD is cutting this line segment AB, you see there is an intersecting point O here, so that if you want to prove it is bisected, then you want to prove that OB, this distance OB is equal to OA. Okay, so if you can prove this statement, then you can tell this CD is bisecting AB. So this is the required result what we want to prove this answer. Okay, so our aim is to prove that this CD bisects AB so that if we are getting the result OB equal to OA, then you can say that it is definitely bisecting. Okay, now you see this is a show that problem, show that, prove that. In all this type of problems you want to write what is given in the question, what we need to prove there, and then come to the proof. Okay, so these are the three parts of a proving problem. First you want to write the given statement, what is all the things you know from the question, then you want to prove what we need to prove, then you come to the proof of the answer. Okay, so first you start with the given. What are the things given? Okay, so given that AD and BC are equal perpendiculars to a line segment. What is the line segment? AB. So that implies, it is clear, AD is equal to BC. Okay, so this is the given thing. Now what is all we know? They are equal perpendiculars. Also we can say this angle CBO equal to 90 degree, and here angle OAD, they are perpendiculars, so they form 90 degree angle. Understand? Yes. So these are the given conditions. Now to prove, what is the thing we want to prove? We want to prove CD, the line segment CD bisects AB. So this is the result we need to prove. Now all of you see in the figure, children. In the figure we can see two triangles, correct? So when you want to prove a theorem by congruence rule, exactly you want to have two triangles there, correct? So here you can see two triangles in our figure. The first triangle is OAD and the second triangle is OBC. So in these two triangles, now we are going to compare them. What are the equal angles present? What are the equal sides present? So that we can apply which congruence rule and prove they are congruent. Okay, so that is the thing we are going to do. So that is the third part of our problem, proof. So we are going to consider triangle OAD and triangle OBC. Now we are going to collect all the known things what they are equal. Okay, so in the question itself it is given that AD is equal to BC. In this two triangles, you know, one side of this triangle AD is equal to one side of this triangle BC. So that is given. Whenever you write the steps, you need to mention the reason why it is so. Okay, so it is very important, write the reason. So this one is given. Now you know what I told, this angle OAD 90 degree, that is corresponding to OBC of this triangle. Okay, now angle OAD is equal to angle OBC, that is also given, each 90 degrees. Okay, they are perpendicular, it is given. So now we got one side, one pair of side equal and one pair of angle equal. Now come to the figure, children. Whenever you are having a condition that two lines are intersecting each other, we are having two pairs of angles formed in that. What is that angles called? They are vertically opposite angles. And we studied vertically opposite angles are always equal. So here you see, when this AB and CD is cutting each other, these two angles formed are vertically opposite angles and they are equal. Okay, so that only we are going to write as our third one. So what is the name of this angle? AOD. Angle AOD is equal to, in this triangle, angle BOC. Okay, that angle, that letter want to come in the middle. So angle BOC. What is the reason for this? Vertically opposite angles. Okay, so we got in this two triangles, one side, one pair of side equal and two pairs of angles equal. Now you see this side, what we said, they are equal. So you see in the figure carefully, these two angles are equal to these two angles of this triangle. Now the side, is this side the included side of these two angles? No, this side is other side, means it is not coming in between the two angles. It is outside that equal angles. Okay, so which congruence rule is suitable here? When we are having any two angle pairs equal and one corresponding pair of side equal, we proved earlier, we said one special case earlier, that by AAS rule. Okay, so therefore by AAS, here we are writing AAS because this side is not the included side. Okay, so by AAS congruence rule, we can say triangle OAD is congruent to triangle OBC. Okay, but this is not the result that we want. What we want here, we want CD bisects AB, and I told you, if CD want to bisect AB, we want to prove that this OB equal to OA. Understand? Now can you say OB equal to OA? Yes, because we proved now these two triangles are congruent to each other, and we studied when two triangles are congruent to each other, their corresponding parts are also equal. Okay, so what can you tell about this corresponding part OA and OB? Yes, they are equal because they are corresponding parts of two congruent triangles. That is called BICP-CT. Understand? So this implies, this is our required condition, OB equal to OA. What is the reason? By CP-CT. That is, by corresponding parts of congruent triangles, these two parts are equal. Understand? Thus, if these two are equal, what I said earlier, the meaning is this line is equally dividing AB. That is, CD bisects AB. Okay. So thus CD bisects the line segment AB. That is only our required result. You can finally write hence the proof. Hence the proof means it is concluded. Okay. So that is about this problem. Hope all of you understood. Yes, now see this problem. This is an example question from your textbook. Line segment AB is parallel to another line segment CD. Okay. So here you can see in the figure it is provided in the question. So AB and CD, they are parallel to each other. So that is given in the question. Okay. So these two lines are parallel to each other. AB and CD are parallel to each other. Now O is the midpoint of AD. So here you see A and D is joined so that O is the midpoint of this AD. So when O is the midpoint, what can you say? The two halves on either side are equal. That is OA equal to OD. So that is also understood. Okay. So AB and CD are parallel lines, and AD is in AD O is the midpoint, so that we can say OA is equal to OD. Okay. Now we have to prove two results. That is, triangle AOB congruent to triangle DOC. AOB is this triangle. So this triangle is congruent to this DOC we want to prove. Also O is the midpoint of BC. Already it is given O is the midpoint of AD. So we need to prove that O is the midpoint of this line segment BC also. Okay. So if you want to prove this O is the line midpoint of this BC, then what we need to prove? We want to prove OB equal to OC. Okay. So if this condition is coming true, then we can say that O is the midpoint of BC. Okay. So what are the given things here also to prove? So that first we want to write the given data. What are the given data here? Yes, AB is a line segment parallel to CD. Okay. And O is the midpoint of AD. Yes. Now we are collecting all those things we have available in these two figures. Now you see in two parallel lines, AB and CD are parallel lines, and you know when the parallel lines are cut by a transversal, we studied some properties. We have alternate angles are equal. Yes, so we studied all these properties there. Alternate angles are equal. So that we are applying here. You see here AB is parallel to CD. They are parallel. Now consider this line segment. What is that? BC. So AB, if I am drawing like this, AB and CD. So what is this line actually? This is cutting the two parallel lines. So this acts like a transversal, so that we can tell the alternate angles are equal. That is this angle, this one and this one. They are alternate angles. So that only we are going to apply in these two triangles. So to prove we have two results. That is triangle AOB we want to prove congruent to triangle DOC, and second one is O is also the midpoint of BC. That is what you want to prove, children. I told you OB equal to OC we want to prove. Then we can say that O is also the midpoint of BC. Now come to the proof of the answer. Yes. So first we are taking these two triangles. In triangle AOB and triangle DOC. Okay. So we are considering this two triangles. So what are the things we know? So first I said angle. What is the angle? In these two triangles, this angle. So from this triangle AOB, this angle, what is the name? ABO. Okay. Angle ABO is equal to, in this DOC triangle, this one. So they are alternate angles. When BC cut like a transversal, they are alternate angles. Okay. So ABO is equal to DCO. What is the reason? Alternate angles. As AB parallel to CD given and BC is a transversal. Okay. So in all this type of problems, children, we want to see the two triangles and collect all the equal pairs of angles or sides, and you want to write the reasons also. Then only we can say the two triangles are congruent. Okay. Yes. So we got one pair now. Now what are the things given? Also what is given? Since O is the midpoint of AD, that is given, OA equal to OD. Okay. So that is given. O is the midpoint of AB. Now you see, what about these two angles? They are vertically opposite angles as we did in the first problem. So angle, what is the name? AOB. AOB is equal to angle, what is the name of this? DOC. DOC. That is vertically opposite angles. So from these two triangles, what we got? Two angles equal. That is, this angle is equal to this and this angle is equal to this, and one side equal. But you can see very clear from the figure, this side is not the included side between the two equal angles. Okay. Here B is there, O is there, but this side comes outside, means it is not the included side. So which congruence rule we can apply? Yes, very good. We can apply AA's congruence rule. Okay. Any two pairs of angles are equal and one pair of corresponding sides equal. Okay. So therefore by AA's congruence rule, this triangle AOB is congruent to triangle DOC. So this is our first answer. Okay. Now you come to our second answer. What is our second answer? O is also the midpoint of BC. Okay. Because these two triangles are equal, we can surely say that the corresponding parts, that is OB of this triangle is equal to OC of this triangle. Okay. So OB, this one, is equal to OC. Okay. So next line you want to write, thus OB equal to OC by CPCT. Understand? When OB equal to OC, what can we say? O is the midpoint of BC. Implies O is the midpoint of BC. Hence proved. Okay, thus we got the result. Understood? Yes. So that is the main thing. You want to identify the triangles and collect all the equal angles or equal pairs of sides and apply the proper congruence rule to get the required result. Okay. Complete this homework, children. Example 4 from page number 122 and exercise 7.2, second question. Thank you, students. We can practice more examples in the next video.